What happened in the gospel today? Who were the people that were in it? Yes. Okay, there was Jesus, his disciples. The lady's daughter wasn't there, but the lady was there. But her daughter wasn't there. Why wasn't her daughter there? What was wrong? She was sick. That's right, very good. And so Jesus is walking along, and he's preaching and he's teaching. And what was this lady doing to try to get Jesus' attention? She tried to ask him over and over again. What was she trying to ask him? Yes. What was she saying? Okay, well, you're jumping a little bit ahead. What was it that she wanted? She wanted something. That's what she kept after Jesus.
She wanted him to help her to make. She wanted her daughter.
Yeah, her daughter was sick. And so she knew. Very, very sick. That's right. Very serious. She was very sick. And so Jesus, she believed that Jesus would help her. Now there's something interesting though that happens here, because this woman, Jesus, I should say first, Jesus and his disciples were Jews. Okay? You know, Jesus was a Jew, not a Catholic, by the way. Okay? Jesus was a Jew, and so were his disciples. But this lady was not a Jew. You hear where she was from? It's a funny country, you know. Hear it much. Canaan, that's right. She was from Canaan. So she was a Gentile. She was like us. We're Gentiles. We're not Jews. And that's what she was. And so when she kept calling out after Jesus, what did the disciples tell Jesus to do? Yes, Ashley. Well, maybe not so much not help her, but to tell her to go away. Tell her to go away. She's driving us crazy. She keeps calling and calling and calling and calling. What was she calling Jesus? Son of God. I think the other word was son of David. Yes. She was calling him son of David, son of David. Help me, help me. Now, Jesus said, you know what? I came to heal my own people. My own people, my Jewish people. But you're not Jewish. And that's why Jesus said to her, that seemed very strange. And somebody said it. What did Jesus say? It's not right to take the food. Right. It's not right for the people. Take the food that belongs to the people. Give it to the dogs. I don't know, that seems really strange for Jesus to say something like that, doesn't it? Wow, you know, he's calling this lady a dog. Yeah, that's well, they would die. That's right, absolutely. So when Jesus says that, what does the lady say? She comes right back with an answer. Jesus says, well, you know, I can't take the food and give it to the dogs. And she said, well, the dogs, what do the dogs get to eat? Oh, yeah. When there's crumbs may fall on the floor, then the dogs may eat it. Do any of you have a dog? You do? Okay. Where is your dog when you're eating? On the floor. Where, though? Near... Oh, he's outside. Oh, okay. Mine wasn't outside. My dog was somewhere else. Where is your dog when you eat? Usually he's in the cage. Oh, you're not helping him. Okay. Well, I'll tell you where my dog was. My dog, her name was Natasha. She was a beautiful dog. And her name was Natasha. And whenever I would eat, she would sit on the floor next to me near the table. Guess why? What was Natasha hoping for? Somebody that has a yes, honey. She was hoping that the crumbs fall off the table and down on the floor. And of course, I didn't need a vacuum cleaner when I had Natasha, because she ate up everything that was on the floor. She was kind of like a vacuum cleaner, that's right. I used to say her name shouldn't have been Natasha. Her name should have been Hope, because she hopes that I'll drop food so she could have something to eat. But anyway, so that's what Jesus is saying. You know, Jesus says, you don't give food and give it to the dogs. And the lady said, but you know what? Even the dogs get to eat something that falls from the table. And I kind of think that Jesus laughed at this, because she came right back with the answer. She wanted something. She wanted her daughter to be healed, and she was not going to take what for an answer? What was she not going to take for an answer? Say it together, can you?
What?
What? No! It's 2 letters. No! Yeah, she was not going to take no for an answer. Oh, you guys, I don't know, this morning you're not quite awake yet or something. Okay, so she was not going to take no for an answer. So after Jesus, did he just say, okay, get out of here now, I'm not going to deal with you? What did he do? No, he didn't shoo her away. What happened? What happened to them?
He said that everything she wanted would come to her.
Would come to her because she what? Well, not because she was a Gentile would have come to her, but because she believed. She believed in God, that's right. She believed in Jesus. And you know, there's a couple of times, right, there's a couple of times in the gospel stories where the people that believed in Jesus were Gentiles. They weren't Jews. Jesus' own people. Some of them, they just didn't believe him. And Jesus was always amazed at these people who weren't his relatives and friends, who weren't his disciples. They had more faith and they believed more in Jesus than these outsiders. So I think Jesus is trying to teach us something in the gospel today. The most important thing is not about the dog and the scraps on the ground. But if you want something from God, what do you have to do? What? Say thank you, say. Well, but if you want something, believe in him and keep praying and keep very good asking. Hey, if you got something that you really, 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 really want, and you ask your mom and dad and they say, no, you can't have that, do you just say, okay, give up and walk away? Do you? Or do you keep fighting? That's right. I would think you do. Because if you said you really wanted, let's say you wanted, I don't know, you wanted a new bicycle. And your mom and dad said, well, we can't afford it, or you got to wait till your birthday, or whatever, but you can't have one now. And if you really wanted it, you'd say, oh, come on, Mom, I need it now. If you stopped asking, your mom would say, oh, I don't think she wanted that bike anyways. Well, it's the same thing with this woman. She wanted Jesus to heal her daughter. She would not stop asking until Jesus finally said, your daughter is healed. So Jesus is teaching us, when we want something, when we need something from God, keep on asking. Don't give up. If that lady had given up and walked away, her daughter would never have gotten better. But she wouldn't go away until her daughter did get better. So let's remember that. I got a little prayer here that I wrote up, so let's just say this together. Oh God, we place our faith and trust in you. Help us to keep our faith in you. And let's all say, Amen. Very good. Well, thank you very much for coming up and for your answers. And Ashton, thank you for reading so well, the first read. Very good. Okay, thank you. Want to go back and join your families now, all right?